y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. We're back with another NBA video. Could Wilt Chamberlain have dominated Shaq? Very, very looking forward to this video. Shout out to Blake who did create this video. All goes to him. But anyway, hope you guys are doing well. I mean, it's absolutely stupendous. Like I said, it's been a rough couple of days. Obviously, since the Super Bowl loss, it's been tough, honestly. But I mean, like I said, it is what it is. A lot of stuff I would change, but you can't change it back now. So that's that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the video. Don't forget to like the video and sub as well. Could Wilt have dominated Shaq? We're gonna see. But anyway, you guys let me know in the comment section. Let's go. Let's get going.
Shaquille for real.
LSU sophomore Shaquille O'Neal is already being heralded as one of the top centers in the universe.
No man has come in with the fanfare this guy has. Just clean. And I think that he's worthy of it.
When I first came into the league, I did a Reebok commercial. I brought him, Bill Russell, Bill Walton, and Kareem.
Talk to me about the interaction you had with Shaquille that day and what you learned about him.
They didn't call those on defenses back when I was playing. I they had 5 guys around me, plus the 2 referees were punching me all at the same time. Oh, it was bad. But see, they won't be able to do that shit with you down.
He's very, very young. And I don't think that he has maybe a sense of, of what he's all about yet and what we were all about. History is bad news for a lot of young people. But what was he doing when he was in high school? I mean, who was he looking up to? Maybe Dr. J?
Julius Erving is the reason why I started playing basketball.
Damn, Bill
I
Walton.
really know what certain people have done in the sport.
People are talking about comparing him to you already. I mean, when you hear something like that, what's your reaction?
I think that the parallels between Shaquille and myself are probably a little closer than they are with some of the other centers.
I was going after one guy, Wilt Chamberlain. We wanted to break all his records.
The man has a lot of agility, a lot of mobility, and he is sort of a hostile type of player.
Damn, Shaq.
In little foul trouble as possible. It doesn't mean he's not aggressive, but he has to be very, very smart.
The more physical I became, I just seen all the other centers do this.
Shaquille O'Neal has earned $100 million in and out of the sport. His teams have never won a single playoff game. What do you say?
I say that he is a genius.
Like, okay, Wilt got 2 championships. I know I can get 2.
Did you see the game, bro? We see everything. Get in here.
Court is now in session.
Shaquille and I is like comparing me with Clark Gable. In this case, I'm Clark Gable and he's me. He's a big, strong, powerful guy who runs over top of people. He could be taught to play a whole lot better.
I want to see what his shooting game is like, though, myself. I've seen him dunk a lot of balls down, but can he maneuver and really get shots free when he's going up by 2 men?
He seems to have problems in the last quarter.
I would make him have to run up and down the court all day.
I would like, though, to have had a chance to play against someone like him, Clyde, because I always like the big guys.
Any pro worth his eye teeth is going to be gunning for the Shaq.
He plays an entirely different type of basketball game. He uses his physicality, and he's a big, strong young man.
And that's, I don't want to pause it quick, but both Wilt and Russell both have a point. I think, like, I know Wilt was like one of the strongest dudes in the league of like all time. Like, we've seen videos and stuff like that of Wilt, and obviously I think Bill Russell as well. And we've seen Wilt and Bill Russell constantly go at it, and they was both going off. You know what I mean? But I do agree with Wilt's point. I mean, not Wilt, Bill Russell's. You could probably just keep running back and forth, but at the same time, you are going to not get as tired as Shaq probably will. But I could see how that could actually work, though. You know what I mean? And like I said, we seen Wilt shooting fadeaway, stuff like that. When was the last time? We ain't never seen no Shaq in a fadeaway. We seen a little, you know, hook shot, you know, little push shot, but a little float, whatever. But man, you see no Shaq, the ball turn over his right shoulder and hit that bad boy. No.
Works well in today's game. If he was facing me, not so good.
Oh, jeez.
I'm a guy bench pressing around 600 pounds.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
600 pounds.
That's ridiculous.
You're out of your mind.
There's a thing called innate strength. That's strength from within. Wilt would take Shaquille O'Neal and move him around like he was a rag doll.
He would do a tricep extension that, like, the big guys, the strongest guys would do, let's say, 120 pounds, let's say, tricep extension, putting down, right? He would come and he would do 150, 170 pounds, Wilt Chamberlain. That's how strong he was. So I always felt like when people said, well, this guy is shooting more baskets than anyone else, I said, well, because you stay away from him. He was so powerful with his elbows and everything. When he
moving pig?
When he saw that where to put the ball, you wouldn't want to be in his way. It's dangerous.
They always said he was by far the strongest person who's ever played the NBA.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember that he lifted me up like with one arm like nothing.
It's not possible for any human being to do the kinds of things that he was able to do.
Freaking a track and field stud at Kansas as well.
But he wasn't at the top of the circle, but he was about 3 steps behind it on a free throw, and he ran to the free throw line, took off and dunked the ball. And I actually saw this.
How would you defend against yourself? I wouldn't. I would just go home. I would fake an injury or something.
Well, you're not a very nice guy.
I tell you what, I was a very nice guy.
You were?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was too nice. I have some close friends of mine who told me a number of times, Wilt, go up there and break Bill Russell's hand. You know, stop being so nice to these guys. You can destroy them. And because I was maybe a nice guy, I shot the fadeaway and did do some of the things that, like Shaquille O'Neal's now doing.
That's hella disrespectful. I'm with you, Chris Dudley. I'm with you, Chris Dudley.
He was upset. He thought Shaq pushed him after the play and knocked him
down. He did.
I'm saying as they call fouls, though, today, you know, Shaq gets away with what I would consider murder.
So they let him go.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that when you dip your shoulder and you run over top of a guy and the foul's called on the guy laying on the floor, you know, you're getting away with something.
I can't tell you how many times I watched him go up for a dunk and someone would put their hand within the cylinder trying to block a shot, and Wilt would let up because he knew he could break the man's arm. He was too nice a man.
If you look at his records and the records that he set, I always thought it was like watching him in slow motion. I thought he could have even done more.
You were by far the biggest and strongest man in the league, and that you
did
not have a killer instinct. I don't mean that competitively, but I mean you could have hurt guys. You could have slammed guys to the floor. You could have looked to pick fights. You didn't do that.
That was one of the saving things about playing against the guy who did physically imposing, is that I cannot recall even hearing about anything where he tried to hurt anybody. And so you know,
that's good and bad.
You know, you can rack him up, and you know that he's not going to hurt you.
Did you need more killer instinct?
Well, you know, it could be said. It could be said. But also remember, when you're my size, I want to also show that I was skillful. I wasn't out there to really try to show that I could just knock people over and whatever.
And you didn't want to just play into the image of brute strength.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I want to play basketball as the way Jay Naismith really invented the game to be played.
Now that I do think about it, how many dudes back then were as strong as Wilt back then? The 60s, the 50s, 70s, 60s, 70s, whatever. How many dudes back then were as strong as Wilt back then? I mean, brute force. How many guys you know back then were benching 600 pounds? Athletic, running court, dunking on folks, dropping 100 points. Just a physical specimen he was. You know what I mean? Hey. Chill.
Actually, was better than he envisioned.
Probably right.
I saw him one time in LA, and this is no lie. We had a restaurant. I'm here. Wilt's right there.
Cool
no
ass.
hi, no you suck, no anything.
Didn't acknowledge you at all.
No, it's a pecking order thing. It's a respect thing. I took it to myself and said, okay, he don't know who I am yet. The greats don't recognize me yet. I must not be great. And if you don't think I'm great, I got work to do.
I respect that.
Superstar who dominated basketball in the 1960s and 70s was found dead today at his home in Los Angeles. Chamberlain was 63.
Damn. Only 63.
4 games into the season, Shaq's coming off the floor, and I stop him before he gets to the bench. And I say, what's the greatest thing Wilt Chamberlain ever did?
Wilt averaged 50 in one season. He averaged 50 in one season.
No, that's not it. What did he do? He played every single minute of every game during the course of the season.
That's crazy.
I said, could you do that? He said, oh, if he could do that, I could do that. So I started playing him 48 minutes a night. 7 or 8 games into this, John Sally says, you know, Shaq came to me and he said, maybe you could rest him a little bit tonight. So I started to monitor his minutes a little bit, but that was the year Shaq was an MVP and he had 30 points a game and he really led us.
Hey!
His MVP year in 2000, look at this. He led the league in scoring with 30. He led the league in rebounding with 14. He also chipped in with 4 assists a game, which was his career high. He also led the league by making 57% of his shots unguardable. That's just like too good. And that was the only MVP one. But you
It should have been 60 or 70.
30, I think Shaq would have terrorized Wilt. I do.
When it comes to basketball conversations, I'm very arrogant. I only want to hear my name. So when they say who's the most dominant player ever, I want them to say my name. I don't want them to be like, maybe Wilt, maybe Shaq. So,
does that really bother you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You better than Wilt? Yeah, I'm better than Wilt. I'll bust Wilt ass.
We got next.
Damn, David Robinson.
85-81.
Malone trying to get it to O'Neal, who gets it back.
All right, Wilt Chamberlain, surprise.
I'd accept your challenge.
But you can't tell me how long, though, can you? The man can only wait so long.
Customato felt as if I had the properties to do well in the boxing game.
He was throwing punches with force. I felt that he has that stinging jab, and he's such an athlete. Incredible.
You could have been the best decathlete in the world.
I think I had the ingredients. I think I had the properties.
Words like most dominant, you gotta earn that.
Over 90 records, and he hasn't played in the last 40 years.
Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I'm about to go with Wilt. I know it's hard, but Shaq was dominant, especially at MVP versus Pacers. I've seen the highlights of that year. Absolute stud he was. But I think it goes with but it's the thing you can't compare generations. Like, you can't compare basketball now compared to what was back then. Not even 20 years ago. The game has changed. It's constantly changing every year. The game is constantly changing. So that's hard. That's when it's like 2K or, if time travel got invented, take Shaq back or something like that. But y'all let me know what y'all think. But anyway, don't forget to like the video and stuff as well. Comment down below, you guys' thoughts and reactions. See you guys later.